Coming up, it's going to be another hot one, and kind of going hand in hand with that, sometimes in high pressure, you have poor air quality. So we have alerts up for the Hudson Valley, the city, and Long Island, high ozone levels for today. So sensitive groups, you want to stay inside if you can. 69 in Hoboken right now, City Island at 62. We're sitting at 60 in Levittown, so we're already off to a mild start. Winds aren't terribly gusty right now either. By 8 a.m., 70 degrees. It's another day by lunchtime already well into the 80s. By 2 o'clock, 87 degrees. That would be a record high for the day. We stay partly to mostly sunny. It's by later on tonight the clouds start to build back in, but we're dry through the evening. Should be comfortable and pleasant, but mild into the 70s still. All right, let's check in with Emily now and get your Friday going the right way, hopefully, by not going the wrong way.
Get around.
Navigating, yes.
Got a few things to get around.
Okay.
Palisades Parkway weather.
And it looks good. We have the brightening skies at this point. One of the views from Times Square. It's going to be another warm one, and this is Sweet Porter. This is Janice Huff's baby, and I know for a fact Porter is poolside in this photograph, so you may want to be poolside if you're not open, obviously, so early in the season. But by 11 a.m., already pushing 80 degrees near record highs today. Obviously trending cooler for the weekend and much of next week too. I'll show you that in the 10-day.
Thanks so much.
It could not have happened in a worse location because it's literally right over the airport. But from top to bottom here, you're talking maybe 10, 15 miles. So again, super isolated, but part of a bigger system that had plenty of rain power and even produced some strong thunderstorms across the southeast over the last few days. But it's starting to stretch out here, and we're going to see eventually some of this move our way. We're going to benefit from the showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, nothing like what they saw across the southeast or Florida for that matter, of course. But it is going to cut short our dry streak and end the heat, which we still have in place today. So it's going to be another day where we're going to be near record highs. But yes, tomorrow is going to be grayer. We have showers, even a few thunderstorms. Another front comes through here by Sunday into Monday. This gives another dose of some rainfall, and it definitely reinforces the cooler weather that's moving in this weekend. We've got some chillier days next week. But let's kind of plan out for tomorrow. We'll talk about that first because it is a weekend. It's the end of spring break for a lot of folks. So it's not going to be a wall-to-wall rain out kind of day, but you want to be ready at any point tomorrow for a shower, even a thunderstorm. You can kind of see that trying to get going here tomorrow afternoon and evening. That winds down, spins around. That's out of here. We are left with some clouds on Sunday, and then again, we watch those showers for Monday. But today is all about the heat. Once more, we have clear skies around the boroughs, near 70 in Brooklyn and Queens, 59 in Staten Island, the Bronx now at 72 degrees, clear skies and 72 now at Central Park. So already, again, by lunchtime, pushing the low 80s up to 87 at Central Park. This would be a record for the day, 91 for Newark, into the 90s in Sussex and Poughkeepsie. Again, staying in the 70s, though, from Eastport, Islip, and right down the shore. Winds are shifting. First off, the elevated fire danger today is confined to Connecticut at this point, where we still have the low humidity and some of the gustier winds, especially northern part of the state, and kind of going hand in hand with some of that heat we often see in the summertime. The air quality alerts are up, high ozone layers, so ozone levels. So if you are a susceptible group, you want to maybe stay inside a little bit for the afternoon peak hours. It is already warm. We've got 71 at Central Park, 62 at Newark. We're in the 50s in Merrick and Islip. Already 83 degrees at noon. By 5 o'clock, after getting close to record highs again, only cooling off into the low 70s through 10 o'clock. Gray skies by then, but still dry, at least for now. All right, so we'll time out that rain in a second. No rain for the Friday morning drive. So, Emily, what else could be slowing us down?
So that's good news,
right.
But I've got a couple other problems.
When we talk about these subjects, what climate versus weather actually is. Climate is what you might expect over a long-term period, long-term averages over years or decades. Of course, weather is what you get in the short term over hours, days, or weeks, can be very variable. So when we talk about climate and the changing climate, it's sort of that broad overview, the big picture, where, of course, the weather, like the forecast, changes from day to day. And looking at averages is a way for us to get a starting point. Where are we on that spectrum? Is it a way out of whack on one side or the other? So when we were talking about the heat the last couple days, it has been hotter sooner, but definitely a warm day the last few. And when you're talking about Central Park's numbers, for example, we hit 90 yesterday. The earliest was April 7th of 2010. Average first night 90-degree day is May 28th. Very rarely do we always hit that perfect average, but it gives you a starting point, right? So we had record highs all across the area. Every major reporting climate site had a record for the day yesterday, and some pretty comfortably. Newark Airport breaking their record by a couple degrees, Central Park too. One aspect to the record warmth that, doesn't get as much attention as high temperatures, even in the climate talk, the low temperatures. It's just not cooling off, and it's staying warmer longer. And yesterday was certainly the case. We set a new record high low temperature, record warm low temperature by several degrees at Central Park. You can see even from Islip, JFK, LaGuardia also setting new record warm lows. And we could do it again today. I mean, with this kind of temperature out there now, 72 degrees, but you have the sunshine. So it is going to be another very warm, mild day, 83 degrees at noontime, on our way up to 87. That would be a record for the day at Central Park. A few exceptions today, getting a little bit cooler along the coastal spots. So from Seabright to Seaside, we're looking at temps in the 70s. Eastern Long Island, another area where parts of the Hamptons could stay in the upper. Yeah, we're actually going to benefit from that same system, not the flooding rainfall, but going to bring us some much needed rainfall. Obviously not getting it today. It's a live look at Coney Island. The Brooklyn Cyclones will be back home on their field next week. But if you're going to enjoy coastal spots, that's where you could get a little break from today's heat. We have Brighton Beach, only 72 degrees by 4 o'clock. Everywhere else inland, we're talking back up near 90 degrees, including Patterson, Yonkers, Norwalk into the low 80s. So one more day of this. The cool weather returns, the showers too, timing it all out for you through the weekend. A look ahead to the next 10 days and how chilly it could get next week when Today in New York continues. And that's what we have today. We have issued air quality alerts for parts of the Hudson Valley, the city, Long Island as well, high ozone levels. So if you're in those sensitive groups, you may want to spend some time inside during the afternoon for a bit. And then things change this weekend. All right, it is mild. 71 at Central Park, 56 in Islip, 52 in Poughkeepsie, 52 after your high of 90 degrees yesterday. We're getting close again this afternoon, already by lunchtime in the low 80s. We still don't have the humidity, but it's a dry heat for sure, 87. Later on this afternoon, that would be another record for Central Park. Clouds move in tonight, but not yet the rain. You can see we're still going to be mild into the 60s toward tomorrow morning. All right, so we'll time out that rain in a little bit. That's one issue we don't have on the roads, Emily, but you've got some big time problems.
I do. Tractor trailer hit the overpass on the Meadowbrook